All right, hello and welcome. We are live. We are going to bring you a set from the King of Ireland tournament. We're going to be casting TheOtterOne versus Yippip. But we're going to do something a little bit different today. So, TheOtterOne approached me and asked if I want to cast his set live. So, to be clear, these games have not been played yet. We have no idea what's going to happen. But here we are live. I'm sharing my face cam for now. As the matches start, I will disable that so you guys have maximum vision over everything that's going on. But let's take a look at the seeding first before they get into Civ Draft. They are both in silver, and I've highlighted them in yellow. Oops. Let's bring this back. So we got TheOtterOne coming in here at calculated 1365.5, so about 1366. And Yippip is calculated at 1305.5, so about a 60 ELO difference between the two, according to the calculation. Let's take a look at their highest ever and their current. So Yippip has a... Okay, his TheOtterOne's highest ever and highest current were closer when these numbers were mined and these ELOs were calculated. Yippip just coming in a little bit lower, but it is the King of Ireland tournament. We've seen some crazy upsets. So when I say that anyone can win, I mean it. Let's go see if they are drafting yet. Spectator. So no draft yet. They will begin when they are ready. Here's the bracket. So TheOtterOne and Yippip here are finishing round 2, and whoever wins in this round will go up against the winner of Canny and Borellis. TheOtterOne says he is still making love to the coffee. Funny enough, this is a rematch. I know that you guys have recently gone up against each other. That's right, it was a Streaming in the Years Cup. I couldn't remember what the competition was, but I knew that you guys had recently fought in some competition where TheOtterOne edged out Yippip, if I remember correctly. So we'll see what they come up with for this one. Hey, Funny Liquid, hello and welcome. Funny Liquid, you know we cast some of your games on this channel. We saw your matches against Pitlia. Those were very well played. Pitlia, of course, the Bosnian player, part of the Anvil group. OtterOne says, okay, we start drafting. I'll leave. Enjoy the cast. Thank you for inviting me to live cast, Otter. Good luck. Have fun. We hope both of you do well here. So let's see. Got Otter versus Yippip. So Yippip has joined. We'll get to see their civs. Remember, guys, that this is live. I normally cast the recordings, but Otter wanted me to cast this one live on YouTube, and I was honored. TheOtterOne, both TheOtterOne and Funny Liquid in chat here are a couple of guys from the IU, Xavier Tanka's free-for-all community. Tanka doesn't stream anymore, unfortunately. Hey, Tipe. Nice icon. I really like that. That's a fortified wall. It's very fitting for Tipe's playstyle. Tipe, Funny Liquid, and TheOtterOne, all guys from the family of Xavier Tenka. They know all about their crazy maps and settings. They love that kind of stuff. They eat it up. So we'll see if TheOtterOne can leverage his experience on unusual custom maps and strange settings to get a win over Yippip. Or maybe Yippip will score an upset over TheOtterOne. TheOtterOne is favored in terms of ELO. Funny Liquid says, yeah, I watched. You are a pro caster. Oh, I appreciate that, Funny Liquid. I have my next match tomorrow, and I couldn't find in the rules if it's a best of 3 or best of 5. Alright, so if we miss this, I'm just going to blame Funny Liquid. But let's just go take a look at gold here real quick. Make sure that we give Funny Liquid some good direction before I forget. So it looks like you are in the quarterfinals, Funny Liquid. Your next match will be against the winner of Carabas and Paradox 303. Now my opponent says there's a map draft. Your opponent is incorrect. There is no map draft. And you can tell him I said that too. So, because Funny Liquid is only doing the quarterfinals in the 3rd round, quarterfinals are still a best of 3, Funny Liquid. Yeah, there was a little bit of confusion, but to make it very clear, there is no map draft. Let us bring up the rule book right here. Let's see. King of Ireland tournament. The rule book. I will prove it to you right here, right now on the stream. So finals are a best of 7 on all of the maps in the pool. Semifinals are a best of 5. Quarterfinals and anything played before that is a best of 3. So there you go, Funny Liquid. The first map of any set is Ireland Arabia, contained within the IR Map Pack mod. The remaining are home maps selected from the map pack by whoever lost the previous game in the set. Can you message him? Just get him over here to the stream. I can message him if you want. If you really think it's necessary, if he doesn't believe you, I will message him. Let's see here. Don't know, he hasn't responded. There is no map draft. There you go. I messaged him. I've laid down the law. So for those of us just joining, we are doing TheOtterOne versus Yippip. We're doing a live cast. TheOtterOne is here. He's talking. He's not going to be here as the matches are being played because he's going to be busy playing, too busy playing in order to cheat. And he doesn't cheat because he's TheOtterOne. But we're just trying to get the players together and make sure that they understand the settings and the rules so that they can proceed with the Civ draft and start the games. So the first game will be on Irish Arabia. We're still going to cast it in Capture Age. I'm told that we can do that. Just waiting on an answer. So these matches have not been played yet. So we are excitedly going to watch them unfold. I don't even know how it's going to turn out. And I usually go and, I don't watch the entire game in advance, but I get an idea of what happened, and then I'll go in and cast the recording. So as soon as we get into these games, I'll disable the face cam so that you have maximum view of the battle board. Funny Liquid, though, looking like a really, really tough opponent. I mean, Pitillia is no joke. Funny Liquid taking Pitillia down in the gold division here, round 2, pretty decisively. So, it'd be interesting to see what Carabas can come up with against Funny Liquid. We did watch some games from Carabas. We will say, I don't want to give any spoilers in this set, but Carabas is a very aggressive player. He played the map very aggressively, and So it went well for him against Paradox. Paradox, of course, known for his love of Nomad, though, having a big advantage over Carabas in that sense. Funny Liquid says, my opponent didn't believe there is no Civ draft, so I explained to him that that's why there are 8 Civ picks in a best of 3. So, to be clear, Funny Liquid, there is a Civ draft, there is no map draft. But the way that this works is the finals are best of 7, and so each player picks 8, and then 1 is sniped. So for the finals, you will use every civilization in your draft, and you got to be kind of careful because you could end up with a civilization you don't really want for a particular map. Funny Liquid misspoke. So that's kind of part of the challenge here. Is the map, the size of the Civ draft doesn't get any bigger as you have to play more maps. So you got to start thinking a little bit more carefully how you're going to put that jigsaw together. Tipe says, I have good eyes. Thank you, I got them from my father. Any word from Yippip, TheOtterOne? Okay, so let's back out here. Oh, there's one more thing I was gonna... Nah, we'll save it for another stream. Let's see here. So we're back in silver. So the winner of TheOtterOne versus Yippip goes up against the winner of Seashell versus Varelis, who will then go up against... the winner of that will go up against Zagaluk in the semifinals. Zagaluk looks really strong too. He loves his scouts, he loves his cavalry, he loves mobility, and the Irish maps are very open, so he's been thriving. Tipe was up against Zagaluk actually. Tipe's in chat. Funny Liquid says, I saw in the rules that semifinals is not allowed to be casted by anyone else. He is ready. We draft now. See you guys in the games. Good luck, Otter. Good luck, Yippip. Wait, who is this Adam guy? Hey, it's me. Hello, Adam. I don't know who that is, but welcome to the stream. Oh, wait a second. Adam is Factor. Maybe the same thing as Factor. Anyway, Tipe against Zagaluk in Glendalough was just so hilarious because Tipe literally did what Tipe is a pro at, which is build walls in the corner of the map, and his opponent rage quit. His opponent made Japanese Cavalier and charged in on Tipe, and it was looking really good for him until Tipe's 4th or 5th Bombard Tower came down, and then the Cavalier just could not do anything. So Otter here picking the Tatars, Yippip picking the Britons. So eventually Tipe started getting the fortified walls out and down, and you know, once he got the 3rd layer of fortified walls up and bombard cannons in front and like 20 bombard towers, there was nothing that this guy could do to get in, so he just quit. It's like, this game could go on for another hour, or I could just play Tipe on Terra and have a result for this set. The Otter picking the Japanese. I really like Japanese. I think they work really well in these maps. There are a lot of small resource piles, so the Japanese being able to build more lumber camps, or twice as many lumber camps for the same cost, is really good. Britons have been popular too. There's a lot of sheep on these maps. Maybe too much sheep, I don't know. What do you guys think? You guys think there's too much sheep? Yeah, he is Tipe. All he wanted to do was kill you with scouts. But he couldn't break in. At least not the cost for him to break in was so high that you were able to wall behind it. Adam says never enough sheep. So Yippip has... Uh-oh. Is my screen frozen? I'm going to refresh this. What the heck? Alright, welcome, Adam. Adam is the X Factor. I think I've seen him around. X Factor might be a part of the IU, might be part of Valhalla. It was a fun game, Tipe. It really was. It was funny to watch. The viewers were highly entertained. Oh, they're talking about a different game. Alright. That's fine. So, what's going on here? Draft appears to be frozen. Old IU member. Wait, there was a change and he gets more picks now? Alright, I got sent a new draft, you guys. Let's hope it's not completely... Alright, looks like they are... Alright, whatever. Alright, I got a new draft link, and here it is, so we're going to see what they pick. I didn't know there was a change. There was a change, but I don't remember what it does. T-Pace says, I think Britons are a bit overrated. Well, the classic saying is that it's hard to push with Britons and it's hard to push against Britons because of all of their ranged power. But I agree, I do think they're overrated. I think if your Civ has Siege Ram, Britons are not a problem. Okay, so Yippip picking the Britons and the Persians, and the TheOtterOne wants the Tatars now. Let's see if he picks the Japanese again. Adam says, back when Xavier streamed 3 times a week. Yes, those were good times. For sure. We miss Tenka. I wish he'd come back. I want to do... Don't tell anyone this, but I really want to do like a custom map, like Tech Chariot custom map, based off of some really cool areas where Tenka just is the caster. So we've got some Tech Chariot maps, maybe not inspired necessarily by Ireland, but some other place, and Tenka casts it. I think he would have so much fun with that. Could you imagine how much fun Tenka would have casting the King of Ireland tournament? Especially if it were like King of Peru tournament. Okay, so the TheOtterOne picking Spanish and Burgundians, and Yippip picking Chinese and Aztecs. I think you're right, Funny Liquid. I talked about that. It's like, Funny Liquid, I wonder how long he's going to stand there trying to push this deer in on Blarney. That deer isn't going anywhere. I think it's the right thing, though. I don't think the deer should be pushable on Blarney. What do you guys think? T-Pay says, your emotes have no power here, X Factor. Is X Factor known for spamming excessive emotes? So, Otter has picked Koreans, and Yippip has picked Mongols. But I agree. And I don't even necessarily know if it was intended that way. In order to make my maps and all the objects on my maps, I literally have a spreadsheet, and I click and drag different values, or I put different entries in, and I have a computer program that reads the spreadsheet and converts it into a random map script. Or writes it into a random map script that already exists, I should say. So the TheOtterOne picking Berbers, probably for Blarney, but we'll see. But there's no Koreans picked from Yippip yet. You don't see, but my opponent tried for a long time. I did see that, actually. Stig cast it as well, and I saw that your opponent also tried pushing that deer in for a while. But I wanted players to have to go outside the safety of those towers in their base to take more food. So that's why all the berries are out there. That's why the deer's out there. The deer are highly unpredictable on Blarney. It's random. You could have 2 deer per patch, or you could have 5 deer per patch. So you can't just pick Mongols and be guaranteed a win. So Yippip picking Byzantines. I know who I'm rooting for now. I checked out the emotes, says Adam. And Otter picking the Indians. So you are allowed to subscribe to this channel. It's not a Twitch channel. I will not ban you if you subscribe. Because YouTube basically, for YouTube, it's subscribe is the same thing as follow. So subscribe is to YouTube what follow is for Twitch. Because it's free. So the OtterOne sniping the Persians, I think the Otter maybe didn't see that Yippip had picked Byzantines. So now, what is Yippip going to snipe? Still making up his mind. Maybe Yippip hasn't realized that he gets to snipe a civilization. Otter, of course, picking Huns really early, so Yippip does emergency snipe Tatars there just at the last minute. I think that's totally unnecessary. I think Tatars are a terrible civ. But that's just my opinion. I would have totally sniped the Huns, actually. Or maybe the Burgundians from the OtterOne. The OtterOne absolutely loves Huns. He's so aggressive. Why does he need to care about Byzantines, says Funny Liquid. Because Byzantines are the best civ in the game. Adam says, thanks YouTube for reminding me to wash my hands. Don't want to get COVID from this stream. Maybe they get a tax cut if they put health emotes in, probably. Yeah, they don't really know what they're talking about. It's kind of ironic, you know, there are many people on YouTube who do know what they're talking about, but YouTube policy is not informed by them. So I just need Otter to send me the link now. We've got the Civ draft here. So I need Otter to send me a link and we will start watching the game. So find a custom game maybe. Spectate. Otter. Let's see. Yep, so the spectate with capture age, that's what we want to do. Unless you guys want to look at the cubes. But the cubes are not very popular. Oh, look at those Otter emotes. Let's go Otter. FFS, you better win. The only problem with these Otters, Tipe, is that their bodies are not wrapped around kegs of gunpowder. Otter math is... Well, that's not right. We just want the TheOtterOne. The TheOtterOne versus Yippip. Okay, Tipe's got some bomb emotes. That seems a lot more appropriate. Funny Liquid says, me and Otter are trainees, so you might see similar strategies in gold and silver. We've had some pretty big upsets this game. We had Ben-Gudi, the number 9th seed in the Platinum Division, taking out Wizanatic, the number 1 seed. So, and it's only a 200 ELO difference, and Wizanatic had been like a 2K player before, so Ben-Gudi thought he was going to get 2-0'd, but was able to beat Wizanatic 2-0. So I have a link here now. So when I say anyone can win and that the winner will be whoever breaks down the map and understands it the best and like figures it out and knows how to play it and knows what the right thing to do is, I mean that that's who is going to win. Now, you can have a really great understanding and terrible macro and still not win, but I think it's a really big equalizer, you know? In these maps, ELO doesn't count. Well, ELO counts a little bit, right? You can't take the bottom seed of the Bronze Division and put him against the top seed of the Platinum Division and expect him to have an equal probability of winning. But within... Oh, shoot. Oops. I needed to put a 1 in there. My bad. This always happens. Every caster does this kind of thing. I need to put a 1 in the link in order to spectate. There we go. Okay. Where is Yippip from? What tourney is this? I'm surprised you haven't heard of it. X Factor, aka Adam. This is the King of Ireland tournament. This is a tournament that I made a custom map pack for. They are representative of places from actual medieval Ireland. I like to think I did a pretty good job of capturing the way that people in medieval Ireland felt about these different locations. Yeah, Funny Liquid corrects and says matters less. I agree. I think within that 200 ELO window that we set up, and it was not easy. We had to turn some people away because we couldn't, within a 200 ELO window, we couldn't fit a bracket of minimum size 8 people around them. And we don't want to have like 2 guys that are 2K sign up and then just give them the lion's share of the money, right, for playing a couple games. So we said 8 people is going to be our minimum bracket size, and whoever is within 200 ELO of that, we're going to include in it. When it's the window is that small and the map packs, the maps are that new, I really think anyone can win if you've got the right strategies. But you should totally check it out on Twitch, Adam. Stig, aka AOA Area, is streaming this as well, and of course there is a Discord for it. I don't have the Discord programmed into this chat. Nightbot will only lead you to my clan's Discord, but if you want, I could try to find you through there and send you to that Discord server if you're interested in the King of Ireland. I can send you to the King of Ireland server. Funny Liquid says, in medieval Ireland, the Blarney Castle servants sucked at hunting deer. So this is actually a tale of 2 brothers. In my mind, the king was dying and the 2 brothers wanted to inherit his castle. And so they each had their own little camps on either side of the castle. Additional fortifications just at the perimeter of the castle, because the most fortified portion is the center of the castle, and as you move out it gets less and less fortified. But the brothers just end up fighting each other. And the brother that was victorious is the one that gets to control the castle. That's how I envisioned it. But the forage bushes that are around the ring of castle and the ring of players, those are inspired by an actual poison garden that exists there today. It probably wasn't there at the time, but they've got all kinds of mandrakes and nightshades and all kinds of poisonous plants growing there. I don't know why they do that, but I guess it's just fun. And they just say to the kids, hey, don't eat these plants. They will kill you. Okay, so it looks like it should start any second now. It's telling me that they picked random civs, but you know I don't believe that. And neither should you. So you gather poison in the game. I mean, technically, yeah, you gather from the forage bushes, but they were inspired by the poison garden in the King of Ireland tournament. Yep, and the wolves too. I think there's a, I don't want to call it a bug, but I think the wolves have some kind of like unconvertible property that you can actually put the wolves sort of on defensive stance in a map script if you tell them to be unconvertible. It's a similar thing to boars, where boars will not chase you and be lured if you set Gaia unconvertible to them. So I think that's what happened to the deer. I'd have to go in and check, but I'm pretty sure that the deer are unconvertible. So I don't know what this is. It looks like it's just not starting for whatever reason. So we're going to leave the lobby and we're going to try again. They're probably already started here, but we'll see. Maybe we just had to... Invalid ID. What? No! Yippip. Funny Liquid agrees with the deer being unlurable. Invalid match ID. I'm going to send Otter a message. Oh, he had no mods, so we did a rehost. Okay. So I need to paste in a different one. So they're doing a quick read because he forgot to install his mods. And that's fine. I like to imagine that Yippip sees the game through cubes the way that I do. But maybe not. Maybe he's just one of those small trees guys, or maybe he's an identical pine mod guy. Who knows? Okay, so now we're counting down to the game. I hope you guys are as excited as I am. It looks like we know that the TheOtterOne is Burgundians, but we don't know much about what Yippip is doing. Look at this. The TheOtterOne is $13.99. That sounds like the price of a pizza from Wegmans. Guess he's been doing some work lately. Can't see Yippip in here. So I'm kind of curious where Yippip is at. So we'll get into the game here, and I'll cut the face cam. So you guys can see everything. See as much as I can. Wegmans. It's the name of a popular grocery store in the part of upstate New York that I live in. I wish I could write it in chat, but this thing doesn't let me write in chat, unfortunately. It's not compatible with that. I've got to go actually to the website, YouTube itself, and write Wegmans in. Oh yeah, Tipe. No, not a frozen pizza. It'd be one that they cooked. Wegmans. They do have a buffet section, actually. How do you know about Wegmans, Tipe? Yes, they do have a buffet section. Wegmans has some really good stuff, but it's expensive. The game is probably more important. No, I got my mind on Wegmans pizzas now. Wegmans has just some delicious food. It's a really good market. I highly recommend it. If you're ever in the upstate New York area and you want some place to eat that's really good, and you don't mind spending some extra money, Wegmans is the place to go. I know it's a grocery store and a market technically, but they do have a little thing off to the side. Tipe knows about Costco and Walmart. Yes, we have those too. There's a Costco in Syracuse, and there are Walmarts all over the state. You think most stores are similar, then you haven't been to Wegmans. Nothing beats Aldi. You guys have Aldi in Hungary? We have Aldi here in upstate New York. Alright, what's going on here? Do I have to relaunch the link? Yippip versus Otter. Here we are. It looks like they're in. Let's proceed with Capture Age, and we will hopefully be able to watch. Download custom files? Sure, why not? What harm could it do? Okay, so Yippip is Aztecs, and the TheOtterOne is Burgundians. Something is happening, finally. Okay, yes, yes, yes. Alright, here we go. So it looks like we're catching up to live play. We got Yippip in the upper left-hand corner. He is playing as the Blue Aztecs. And in the lower right-hand side, we have TheOtterOne, who's playing as the Yellow Burgundians. So let's take a look at their maps. Yippip has a pretty bad map, I would say. If TheOtterOne built a castle right here, Yippip would be in trouble. His main gold could be denied, his secondary gold could be denied, and he has a stone here. But even a Feudal Age tower here could prevent TheOtterOne from taking gold. Let's see. Yippip's berries are also forward, and he has no back wood at all. He is building a lumber camp here. I don't like this lumber camp at all. So this lumber camp is going to be very easy to chop through, unless he like walls to the edge of the map from here. So meanwhile, let's take a look at the Otter's base. The Otter's base is not much better. He also lacks a backwood line. He's got a boar here. Hopefully he finds it. And he has a couple sheep here that he just found. So he's going to bring those in. And what was this? He had 3 villagers building that.
Bonjour.
Strange. So Irish Arabia is the first map of every set. Remember that Irish Arabia is different from traditional Arabia in that your woodlines, you generally have more of them, but they are thinner. So what this means is it is easier to wall these woodlines and prevent scouts from doing damage, as the TheOtterOne is getting double bit axe quite early. So it's easy to wall these woodlines and prevent damage from scouts, but harder to... Oh, this lady needs to go back and get that boar. You can tell if you've been lamed because the boars stand over these craters, because they're pigs and pigs like to dig. However, because these woodlines are so thin, it is easier to... Aw, man. Yippip, don't give this away. Come on. It's just a few more seconds you could be up here. You could have this all walled off. And then you wouldn't have to worry about anybody getting too close to your gold. But either way, the archers can range everything on these woodlines, so archers are generally stronger. This is to buff the fact that players start a little bit further apart, and given how open the map is, scouts are quite powerful otherwise. So, people say there's not a lot of variety on this map. You generally don't see players go scouts. I disagree. I think scouts are viable, as long as you don't make too many of them. Scouts eco is still quite good, and you can still have some military presence to fight your opponent regardless of what they go, even if they go spears. Unless they go mass spears, which in that case you just run away and wall up and the spears can't get to you. So the TheOtterOne is going to wall this here as well. It's easy to overchop. Yippip looking for some trouble. Are these loomed villagers? No, they are not. So this eagle could totally get a vill pick off. This eagle needs to come in here and kill this villager, but the TheOtterOne is, or Yippip is going to miss it. The TheOtterOne pushing in his deer. The deer are generally closer. Tipe didn't notice the craters beforehand. Well, there were a bunch of vegetation on top of them. So the TheOtterOne is pushing in his deer. Oh, come on, just shoot it, Otter. There we go. Okay, so the deer are closer on this map. Oh, man. The TheOtterOne's storing his sheep out here next to the stone. What if Yippip came over here and stole all those sheep? That would be a disaster. But thankfully for the TheOtterOne, Yippip is over here. So the deer are closer. The sheep are probably further away, at least the sheep that you have to find. So it's a little bit different from traditional Arabia. And I think that's a good thing. So both players... Oh. We've got some idle time, some idle TC time for the TheOtterOne. Yippip is 2 villagers, now only 1 villager now ahead of the TheOtterOne. So maybe Otter is still getting used to the Burgundian eco, maybe spending some food on ecotechs early. Maybe that delayed him a bit. Maybe this annoying deer delayed him. But that is not ideal. Yippip is doing pretty well. This is an amount of town center idle time that we could see in the gold division. So, oh shoot, I need to go away. There we go. So now you guys can see the mini-map a little bit better. Okay, Yippip. Alright, so Yippip did decide to kind of wall this back. He's got a gap here, but he could easily plug it with a palisade wall. I don't like this lumber camp, though. Yippip needs to wall across here to make me feel better. It's all about my feelings, after all. Okay, so the otter with 7 on wood, so I'm not sure what otter is up to here. He needs a lot on food. He needs to get up to the feudal age soon, right? Maybe he's just dark age booming. He's got some of those techs in early. Yippip is on his way up to the next stage. This is 23 pop for Yippip. He has still only 1 lumber camp. And, okay, we've got militia. So this is probably 23 pop, maybe man-at-arms for Yippip. He's making a 3rd militia now. And looking to wall the rest of this off. The OtterOne, he doesn't know that the OtterOne hasn't clicked up yet. The ultimate greed from the OtterOne, he needs to make sure he finishes these houses in time. So it looks like the OtterOne just wants to Burgundo boom in Dark Age. But Burgundians can be quite weak and vulnerable if they are booming early in the game, so we'll see if the OtterOne is able to keep Yippip busy. Okay, Yippip is getting man-at-arms immediately, coming across with his 3 militia. Where is Yippip's scout? Back here. So Yippip is pushing deer in with the scout. That's why the scout is not helping. And Yippip looking for a way in, but the OtterOne is fully walled. So Yippip would be better off attacking houses and trying to bust in. What is Yippip's awareness of the OtterOne? He should know where all the resources are. Yeah, so Yippip knows that there's a gold here. So if Yippip really wanted to, he could send a villager forward, build a tower, and that tower would prevent the OtterOne from walling behind as his man-at-arms break through. But it's fairly safe to assume on this map that your opponent is going to be fully walled by the time you get there. You do anything but drush. Unless there's a hole in the wall. Yippip attacking this house here. House with -2 pierce or melee armor in the Dark Age. The OtterOne is on his way up to the Feudal Age at 27 pop. He's gotten some eco upgrades, so if he can get the eco to pay off for him, this will be very good. And is he repairing this house? He is, but the man-at-arms are too strong. He needs to send 2 villagers here. Wait, no, Otter, don't. Alright. He's trying to get in. And it looks like with 2 villagers, he's going to be able to keep up with these man-at-arms. TP says, Dark Age houses are so weak. I agree. So, what's next for Yippip? He needs to decide how much he wants to invest in this. We do have 2 ranges up from Yippip, so it's going to be a standard classic man-at-arms into archers. He's got his ego forward. I don't think this is the point that you break in. I think you want to break in on Otter's gold. If Otter can't take gold, he can't really do anything. And both players with about 50 seconds of town center idle time now, tied up for villagers. Yippip has 4 military to Otter's 1. So we have a market coming down for the OtterOne, and it looks like there's an overchop down here. However, because Yippip's army is not terribly mobile, he probably won't find it. Working on this house here, you might as well help with the scout, Yippip. The scout isn't doing anything, send him to help out. So, how many archers is Yippip going to make? Alright, he is making archers now. He's only got 4 on gold. Aztecs start with extra gold, so he has a little bit more time, but he does need to get more villagers on gold. He's going to need at least 7 villagers on gold, preferably 8, to be able to afford archer production from 2 ranges. We have another production building coming up here. No, it is a blacksmith for Yippip. Yippip is open on this side, but I guess the good news is he can pay attention to the otter. He's got vision from these ranges, so he could probably see if the otter is coming this way, unless the otter comes in at this angle. And the otter scout going down to that archer now, and Yippip is on his way. Yippip, okay, on his way over to the otter with archers, but the otter is researching Castle Age now. So, this is Yippip's chance to get in and do damage. He needs to take the OtterOne off of gold. If he can't take the OtterOne off of gold, he is going to be in big trouble. Burgundian Cavaliers are no joke, even though they're missing bloodlines. Okay, so Yippip here looking to get in with a man-at-arms into Archer's build. He's had about a minute of town center idle time. The Otter has had a minute 21 of town center idle time. And the Otter is buying some... I don't know what that was. I missed it. And the Otter seeking to wall behind this. Yippip is going to be able to range that, though. And the OtterOne trying to get this house down. Man-at-Arms breaking down the house. And Yippip moves forward. The OtterOne buying some time. How close is Yippip to the Castle Age? Not very. He's been spending his res. Going Feudal Age aggression. What is this, though? This is not a good idea. Yippip wants to go around and range Otter's wood. Otter will certainly use this as an opportunity to continue walling behind, but the Man-at-Arms are actually in. The Otter is in trouble. One villager goes down. And there goes two villagers. Eagle is going to bust his way in, and the Otter is getting Man-at-Arms, and he's getting padded archer armor. So the OtterOne cannot afford Cavalier at this time. He is Castle Age, though, and he does have his range, so he's making some skirmishers to deal with this. If Yippip is smart, he'll come in here and he'll camp this gold with his units. Prevent the OtterOne from taking gold. Villager goes down. Yippip microing the Man-at-Arms. Needs to make sure he doesn't lose these Man-at-Arms. The Man-at-Arms are going to be very helpful against the skirmishers, and the archers are going to move in on the gold now. And Otter is looking to be in trouble. Otter's going to have to... Let's see, where else can Otter take gold? So Otter's other gold is out here and here, so it's certainly within the purview of Yippip. Yippip forcing down a tower from the OtterOne on the stone. So now the OtterOne will have to maybe quick wall this with a gate to prevent Yippip from getting in and harassing this stone. Towers by themselves are really bad if your opponent can camp the base of them. Hey, Adam, welcome back. Nothing. You just missed the first half of the game. That's all. So Yippip broke in on Otter after Otter went FC. And now Otter is kind of in trouble. He is off gold, and he cannot take this gold here because Yippip will certainly see it. And he can't take this gold because Yippip has control of the map. We did see Funny Liquid go FC as Burgundians. And that one worked out well for him, but it's looking pretty tough for the OtterOne so far. So Yippip is going Castle Age himself now. Does not want to be out-teched by the OtterOne. And Yippip, does he know about that stone? We have a pause. Okay, so Yippip does not know where Otter's stone is. This is a really big deal, and this is really helpful for the OtterOne. Techturate, where are you from? I am from the red, white, and blue country of the USA. I'm an American. Okay, a little bit of lag. Yippip says, let's go. Yippip is content to destroy this house. If Yippip knew about this stone, he could come over here and deny so many resources from the OtterOne. Yippip getting armor for his Man-at-Arms now. And these archers. But without access to gold, OtterOne is going to have to sell stone in order to make gold units. Okay, Yippip discovers this tower now. Just dive the tower, Yippip. Oh, really? X-Factor is in Oregon. Another American, really? What's that supposed to mean? In theory, the United States has the most Age of Empires players in the world, right? If you go to AoE Nexus, the US, we're not necessarily the best in the world, but there are a lot of us. So Otter is just saving. This is a mistake. Yippip needs to camp the base of this tower so that he can deny a castle. So instead, Otter's going to build a castle on his gold. He's going to get gold back, and then he is going to make Cavalier, and then he is going to put Yippip in a bad position. So unless Yippip is planning on making lots of monks really soon, although Yippip did just get Castle Age, but letting Otter have this stone and a way back into the game. I don't know that USA is on top. I mean that we have the most players of any country in the world, I believe. Most pros are from Europe. That's true, Tipe. They just have a better understanding of the game. So this castle, without the range upgrades, can't prevent these archers from denying this gold, though. So I guess Yippip does still have that going for him. He is teching into eagles now. I think this is the play. He's not going to tech into archers anymore, and Otter wants to come back on this gold. Otter has not built a stable yet. His resources are quite tight. He is selling stone for gold now. And what's going on with these archers? Yippip is not paying attention. We have additional barracks coming down for Yippip. And he has a lot on gold, and he even has a second mining camp. So we know that this is full eagles now. He just doesn't care about those archers. They pretty much all went down. I didn't even know if he took off any villagers. However, he does have a 5-villager lead over the TheOtterOne. Probably based on these kills. So he basically just dived this, killed as many villagers as he could. He doesn't care about those archers anymore. And he's breaking in with infantry now. So Otter is going to wall behind. Is it going to be in time? The eagles are in on Otter's woodline. The eagles don't care about arrow fire. These eagle warriors have 5 pierce armor. Another villager goes down for the TheOtterOne. The otter is making... Okay, the otter's making Coustelier. So I don't know how well Coustelier do against eagles. I mean, look at that. It did kill an eagle pretty quick. So these Coustelier are for hit and run purposes against the eagles. We'll see if the otter can, like, garrison the weak Cousteliers in the castle or make a monastery and heal them up. And then dive the eagles and kill them and then run away real quick. So the otter is now out of stone. He can go out to this gold here. And Yippip is content to just take this tower down and destroy this lumber camp. He's taking Otter off of wood. Otter has to build another lumber camp on the other side of his castle here. And both players are doing a really great job of spending their resources. As the TheOtterOne is accumulating Coustelier, Yippip is going into pikemen. Now let's take a look at economies here. Yippip is still on 1 town center, as is the TheOtterOne, so neither of these players are booming at the moment. These eagles are looking for some more damage. Are they going to dive this woodline? They are going to take some castle fire, but it looks like the eagles are going to dive the woodline. Yippip can finish off that villager. There's nothing worse than having eagles in your woodline. It's just a problem that pikemen can't solve. The eagles are running away from the Coustelier now. So I think if Yippip wants to really commit to this, he needs a mangonel sitting right here, and he needs like 4 monks behind that. If he can get a mangonel sitting here and 4 monks to convert the Coustelier, he can GG the otter. Okay, Yippip probably doesn't want to fight these Coustelier. The other thing he could do is he could get a mangonel on this town center. So what have we got from Yippip? Looks like he is still making villagers. He's at 52 villagers. The otter is still making villagers as well. The otter is going to put down another town center now. And Yippip takes the fight here. I don't think he wants to take a fight against the Coustelier and then run away like that. We have... Yes. Perfect. Forward monastery from Yippip. Love it. But that's just because I love my monasteries. Yippip could consider just destroying these buildings here. That could really set the otter back, but the otter hanging on for his life here. Building a second town center to help him catch up in villagers. We'll see if he can do it. This town center is on the gold. And I know that Yippip got pikemen, but I don't see many pikemen being made. Could really help him against the TheOtterOne. But I do think Monk is the better counter to these Cousteliers. Otter is going to go out and scout now. What's Otter's understanding of the map? Hey! Why So Serious, aka G-Dog, is here. Hello and welcome. Yeah, so Otter knows that this gold is here. But he just doesn't feel secure enough to go out and take it at this time. He has 2 town centers, and he's just trying to stay alive against Yippip. Yippip had a very successful man-at-arms rush against the TheOtterOne. So this is going to be super annoying for the otter. He's going to have to rebuild his market. And we do have monks coming out. We got 1 pikeman. And Yippip running in under the castle fire. That'll be good for the OtterOne. Don't fight here, the Yippip. So he gets a surround on the Custiliers. Okay, he decides not to fight it. He's building houses. He's not really close to being housed. He should make this monastery first. The OtterOne with almost 5 minutes of town center idle time. And at 50 villagers to Yippip's 54. So the Otter is starting to catch up in villager count. Yippip takes down that market. OtterOne is getting armor now for the Custiliers. And Yippip's got a monk. He needs to pay attention. Convert that. Otter is building an archery range now. I don't know what the archery range is for. Maybe it's like Custilier Skirm or something like that. But Yippip, economy super tight. Oh, the OtterOne over here with a single Custilier looking to raid and pick off villagers. Yippip coming for it. So it looks like the OtterOne killed 2 of Yippip's villagers, and Yippip does manage to kill that Custilier with 1 HP left on the villager. That charge attack is kind of annoying. What do you guys think about that charge attack? Do you think that that's fair, or do you think they need to do something different? So, we need siege from Yippip. If Yippip wants to win this game, he needs to make siege. The OtterOne is catching up in villager count. He needs to make siege, and he needs to micro more monks against these Custilier. He is doing a good job of getting his units all healed up, though. Here we go. We got the monks. Otter hates monks. I've ruined monks forever for the OtterOne. Okay, we got 3 monks in here. So we have 4 archers in queue at this range. These archers are not even going to have fletching, so these archers are going to be quite bad. The OtterOne building another market on its gold to keep vision over that, I guess. And maybe moving out for a raid. Yippip is adding a second town center now on this gold. He's exhausted his first, and he'll be able to take advantage of being on a wood line as well. So you know that you're not putting enough pressure on your opponent when they sneak out like this to raid your eco. So Yippip needs to be careful.
But nay.
No siege from Yippip. Yippip, make siege. Take down this town center. Do not let the OtterOne back in this game. Tipe says, I think the charge attack is okay, although I don't like to micro them. And so these villagers are just going to get picked off by Custilier. And Yippip microing these poor unfortunate souls outside of his base, or quick walling here. And those are going to go down. This eagle's going to go down. He's pretty outnumbered. We see this a lot at like the lower divisions. People don't like to make siege. I don't think Yippip appreciates or understands. We have the benefit of being omnipotent and seeing everything, but I don't think that Yippip understands that if he made 3 mangonels and had the mangonels pressure this town center and then come over here to this side of the stable and pressure this other town center, Otter would be dead. Okay, so Yippip is just going to dive this town center with eagles. And he needs to have some monks nearby to convert the Custiliers, otherwise they're going to get free eagle picks. And the OtterOne has to come back to address it. So at least Yippip seeing that, hey, the OtterOne's attacking me with his military, I must not be pressuring him enough. I don't understand these archers, though, as long as there are so many eagles on the field. And the OtterOne is going to lose his original town center. So Yippip microing the monks. He's got 3... Oh, is he going to get the conversions in time? Well, Aztec monks are theoretically very tanky, but Yippip with... Did he get a couple conversions there? It looks like he got 2 conversions nonetheless. So the OtterOne's town center has gone down. Yippip's army is still mostly alive. He's got 34 to 12 military, so, you know, he's not doing bad, but the OtterOne has pulled ahead in villagers. Oh yeah, I would 100% make monks against Custilier. Now, Yippip did not have the fastest reaction in terms of monk micro. And I don't think Yippip has been getting the monk technologies, otherwise his monks would not be capable of being one-shot by Castilier. But nevertheless, I think it is the right unit. So Yippip has pikemen over here. He knows that Otter has a town center. Let's check Yippip's vision. Aztecs are definitely not as mobile. Yeah, so Yippip knows that Otter is taking gold over here. So we need a forward siege workshop. Come on, man. Make a forward siege workshop. Yippip could end this game with forward siege. But I think he's afraid of Otter. He's trying to lure these Castilier out into the open where they can be destroyed. Okay, takes the TheOtterOne off of this gold. The Otter still has his primary gold under his castle, though. And Yippip out here with a couple pikemen. Keep an eye on these farms, make sure nobody farms over here. So Yippip is starting to get close to the resources to get Imp. I wonder if the Yippip is going to use the market to just buy Imp. Eagles are chasing Castilier away. We got another barracks coming down for Yippip. And we have Bowsaw coming in for Yippip. So, siege workshops with scorpions now. So the TheOtterOne wants to go scorpions against all of Yippip's infantry. But all Yippip needs to do is make redemption monks and just convert the scorpions. But we'll see if he does that. Most players, my ELO, do not make monks. But I think they're wonderful. So the TheOtterOne is 10 villagers ahead of Yippip despite the battle happening in his base. So Yippip still not really close to clicking up to the next stage. He needs to do a little bit of market work here. Yippip is starting to take stone. So maybe the play for Yippip is to drop a castle on the TheOtterOne's town centers right here. And then go in. That could be pretty effective. But he can't really do any more damage. Seems like Otter has enough Castilier. And Yippip has too few monks to deal with it. Alright, finally a forward siege workshop from Yippip. That's what I like to see. Make this game a lot more interesting. Okay, the TheOtterOne. Is the TheOtterOne going to come out for a raid now against Yippip? Yippip certainly sees it. Is he going to chase this down? Certainly wants to. Okay, so Yippip needs to sell some wood and buy some food and click up. Click up, and then send like 6 more villagers to gold, or to stone, and then 10 villagers out front and drop a castle right here. And then monks, trebs on your opponent, he's dead. We'll see what Yippip does. Okay, so Yippip did exactly that. Except he sold the stone instead. Oof. So Yippip is on his way to the Imperial Age. The TheOtterOne is nowhere near. So the TheOtterOne's got Scorpion and Castilier against Yippip's infantry mass. Aztecs should never have a problem with Scorpions. They've got monks that can convert them pretty easily. As long as they get the right research the proper technologies. So the TheOtterOne building another town center up here. The Otter trying to boom up to 100 villagers. And building outposts for vision. Yippip is making more barracks now. So Yippip is just going to flood the map with eagle warriors. These eagles are going to see this army from the TheOtterOne coming in. I think this is a mistake. If Yippip is smart, he will ambush these scorpions and then fight the Castilier with all of his eagles and some pikemen. I don't know how this matchup goes. We'll just have to watch to see what happens. The Otter getting some eco upgrades now. Been under a lot of pressure from Yippip the whole game. So these Castilier and this last Scorpion are fleeing. The Castilier, of course, can get away because they're on a horse, but the Scorpion is not going to get away. So we'll have to see if the TheOtterOne makes more Scorpions. Yes, he is making more Scorpions. And Yippip has a Mangonel, and he's now making a Ram in his Siege Workshop. So Pikeman versus Castilier could be an interesting one. Okay, the Pikeman does win. Had a little bit of a health advantage, though. The Otter is booming up to 90 villagers now, and looks like the Otter is still making more. Yippip, 76 villagers, and he's got 4 in queue. He'll be Imperial Age pretty soon. The TheOtterOne is nowhere near Imperial Age. But could you imagine a castle like right here for Yippip? Game over for the TheOtterOne. Although, does the TheOtterOne know about this gold here? Maybe he does. If he knew about it, he could take it. Nope, he doesn't know about it. That is unfortunate. So I think this Mangonel is a response to the TheOtterOne making Scorpions, if I had to guess. Yippip is going to be Imperial Age in just a few seconds. He will probably sell a little bit of food and all of his stone and some wood to get Elite Eagle Warrior and the final armor immediately. I think he's just going to double down on Eagles. If the TheOtterOne gets to Imperial Age, though, Yippip is dead, because the TheOtterOne has 96 villagers and can go Flemish Revolution. And Flemish Militia should be very good against Eagles, being that they are essentially champions with a little bit of bonus damage against cavalry. Okay, so Yippip is Imperial Age. What does he do with it? Selling wood for gold. Probably going to sell some food now. Maybe a little bit of stone. Yep, selling food for gold. And getting Elite Eagle Warrior, like I talked about. I think Elite Eagle Warriors, I don't know much about them because I never use them, but I think they have an additional Pierce Armor and more health and attack. And he is getting the armor as well. So the TheOtterOne knows if I'm going to get a good fight, it's right now. So I think the TheOtterOne is putting out across the map exactly for that. These eagles running in slow motion. Yippip has enough pikemen. But maybe these Castiliers can get some damage in. They can keep away from all those pikemen. Slow motion after all. Wow. Okay, the TheOtterOne is adjusting his eco to get Imp as well. And Yippip is going to let this go. Yeah, Yippip should totally take advantage of the fact that he is Imp and his opponent is not. There are a lot of Scorpions here, though. Let's see, 5 Scorpions. And what is Yippip doing for Siege? Yippip cannot kill the TheOtterOne without siege weapons. He could, however, flood eagles into this quadrant of the map, and that would be quite devastating. And maybe not exactly win the game, but maybe in practice win the game. Okay, finally. So Yippip is getting capped rams, so we know. Yippip is going to go rams. Do Burgundians get heavy Scorpions? I don't know. I don't know enough about the expansion civs to know what their OP options are. Yippip was going to go out to this relic, changes his mind, sees these men riding on horseback. Needs to convert. Yippip is just going to dive the town now. Take the Scorpions. How much Pierce Armor do these eagles have? 8. So the castle will be doing 3 damage per hit, so not very much damage. So Yippip is all over Otter's eco here, under his town center at least. Not many juicy Vil picks here, but Yippip also getting raided by the TheOtterOne. Needing to send his pikemen back to address this. Does the Otter... No, the Otter only has the first armor upgrade on his Castilier. So they will be somewhat vulnerable to Town Center Arrow Fire. But to be fair, Yippip only has fletching, so it kind of is a wash. Okay, so Yippip tearing across Otter's farms. Eagle raids on your farms are just the worst. And Yippip looking for some damage. I don't think Yippip knows about this up here. Let's check Yippip's vision to see if he knows. No. He does not know about this. I think that these farms are just a spectator bug, as well as this change in terrain. So Yippip has a capped ram in the Siege Workshop. He has nothing on gold anymore. What's Yippip's understanding of gold? He's building another town center on that gold. Does Yippip have gold scouted? This is the only other gold that he has scouted that doesn't belong to his opponent. So that raid on Otter basically evened the odds here and made it so that Yippip has as many villagers as Otter does. But I want a castle drop from Yippip, but he's sort of losing his opportunity to do so. Otter is going to be Imperial Age pretty soon. And Custilier would be pretty good at diving Trebuchet, but then again, Eagles would be not bad at diving Trebuchet themselves. What do we got here? We've got another castle from Otter to secure his economy. $43 military for Yippip to the TheOtterOne's 9. The Yippip is just so passive. He could be doing a lot of damage. He is making another capped ram. He has a single siege workshop making siege.
Bonjour.
He needs to deny this castle here. These Custilier are probably going to snipe these rams, and his military is going to be out of position. So he's basically just giving these rams away for free. But maybe the Otter will split some Custilier off to kill the Eagles, so the Eagles cannot deny the castle. Okay, the Otter is going to bail on that castle. The Otter reaches the next age and decides to go after the rams instead, looks like. And Yippip is going to take down a stable with all this wood investment from the rams. But Yippip is kind of letting Otter have a free boom back here. Okay, we got another pause. Both players have experienced some lag. What do you guys think about the new patch? X Factor says, Yip and I share the same problem in 1v1. We get to the point where we are offensive and winning, but cannot end the game and leave the door open to a throw. So that's going to be the big question is Yippip going to throw this, or is the TheOtterOne, will the TheOtterOne crumble to Yippip's early damage? I don't know. But Yippip was in a winning position earlier in this game. This has been a fantastic game. Otter not going quietly, doing all the right things to come back from Yippip's initial pressure. So we'll see if Otter's able to do it. X Factor says, Otter probably pausing and having a heart attack and then smoking. Hey, Char Char. Hello and welcome to the stream. Haven't seen you in a while. Hopefully you're doing well. Not since the transition to YouTube? I think so. I think the pathing has degraded since the last patch. I could be wrong, but it just seems like the pathing decisions are quite weird after the latest patch. So I don't think you were imagining that. We were just talking about that in the Discord the other day, actually. Are you part of the IU Char Char? Or maybe Valhalla? Otter's very active in both of those groups, and he did promote the stream there, so we really appreciate that. I wish I could hit on pause and we could continue, but this is up to the players. So the players have taken a pause, with the XX Factor speculating that Otter has to go for a smoke break. He is a smoking otter. What times do I usually play? Well, the Discord says when I stream, and I usually don't play unless I'm streaming. Sometimes I will play to help my clanmates train for an event that they are competing in. It's 100% a smoke break, says Adam, based on how long it's lasted. But I would say the evenings of most days, there's something going on. If I'm not streaming, someone from the clan is streaming. But I've been pretty good about trying to get through all of these sets. I have been keeping up with them. Our goal is to get every single set for the King of Ireland tournament that's played casted and put on this channel. And we picked up a lot of subscribers from that, so appreciate your guys' support. Whoa, 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 wait. What? The TheOtterOne is sending me another... What is this? The TheOtterOne is sending me another lobby ID. XX says, which clan are you referring to? I'm not too active on Discord, but check in from time to time. Game 2 code. We just saw a pause. No resolution. Alright, so it looks like we're going to be closing out of this game. This game is over, and Otter is sending us a link for another game. He paused because of lag. Says the TheOtterOne. Okay, so we need to close this down. Oh, that's much better. Look at these gorgeous cubes. I don't... did it end after the pause? Did someone resign? T-Pay saying GG. I don't know what it is. My clan's Discord and T-Pay's clan. So 48-51. So we'll close out of this. So I don't know who won. I'm trying to figure that out from the Otter. We just saw a pause, and then the Otter sent another link. We played on after that, says the Otter, but not that long. Okay. So are they on a second game? We've never seen this before, you guys. Did you try unpausing? I can't unpause. Okay. So, no winner for the first game? Yeah, that's the idea with that description, XX Factor. We want to make that sound great. We've done a lot of work getting the clan set up, and I have a lot of tools that you want to know. Yes, because I need to update the scoreboard. And I'm trying to get into the second game now. Okay, so the Otter's saying that Yippip gets the better of him in the first game. Okay, so the Otter did a Flemish Revolution and it didn't work. So I'm sorry about that, you guys. That we did not get to see the OtterOne's Flemish Revolution. I thought for sure that the Flemish Revolution would win it for the OtterOne. Dang, that is too bad. So the Otter has won the first game. And so now we are going to try to get into the second game here. Hey, Caesar, hello and welcome. We are just trying something different here. We're trying to cast some games between the OtterOne and Yippip for the King of Ireland tournament. And we're trying to do it live, because that's always fun and exciting. But it looks like this is an old code. Does he have a new code? So Adam said, sorry guys, I paused it and told them to start the next without telling who won. Okay, they haven't started the next one yet. Okay. So we are not too far behind. That's good. Otter gets to choose a home map now. Yippip is up 1-0. All right, Adam will be right back. Cancel. So Yippip getting the better of the OtterOne that time. All right, I think it just says Arabia and Burgundians, but I don't think that's what it is. So the Otter is still making up his mind about what he wants to do. We'll come back and show our face at least until they start again. All right, I'm going to refill my water real quick. I'll be right back. And we'll see if they've started then. All right, guys, I'm back. Thanks for sticking with me. I got my water. It's all refilled. And it looks like the game is starting. So good news, good news. We'll go check it out. Yippip is up a game against the Otter. We have seen this before, though, where somebody that wins the first game does not necessarily win the set, but now the OtterOne has to win both of the games that remain in order to continue in the tournament. So we're hoping that he does well. Because we definitely want to see the Otter at least continue for another 2 games. So we are going to make no secret about it. We're hoping the Otter wins this next game so we get to see a third. I'm selfish, okay? I don't think it's unreasonable, right? To hope for more games. We love watching these two play. Yippip, of course, grumbling, saying probably, I just want to beat the Otter and get it over with. But the TheOtterOne is hyper-aggressive, and these maps were designed for hyper-aggression. So, we'll see if the Otter can leverage his strengths to prevail, or if Yippip will come out on top. Ah, come on. Come on! I'm going to have to launch it now that it's already... So let's try something different. It doesn't look like these links are working. Let us just search for Otter. See if we can find anything. Best of N should go N games. Agreed, Zerg. Whatever it's a best of, it should go that many games. So best of 2 goes 2 games. Let me message the Otter. Did you guys start yet? He is loading the map. Oh boy, is it Nomad? I knew it was going to be my fault somehow. Okay, so it is Terra. That is going to be the next map. So Terra is the one with the relics and the monks in the middle. Let's see if we can find Yippip. No, we cannot. Let's see if we can find this ID instead. Not yet. They're still working on it. So the relics, the monks in the middle. I think the meta for Terra is mass scouts. What do you guys think? Players start far enough away. You got that gold drain. So most people are like, okay, you're going to drain my gold. I'm just not going to use gold. I'm not going to play along. I'm just going to make units that don't require gold. Well, having said that, we have seen some pretty creative games on Terra so far. That is the Empire Wars start. But you guys should know that Empire Wars doesn't mean that you start with a town. Empire Wars, all that Empire Wars as a game mode does is if you select it, your villagers are automatically tasked onto the nearest resource. That's all it does. Caesar says, I accidentally queued 1v1 at 800 elo. How did it go? Felt bad beating that poor person so badly. We'll just play some more games, feel bad some more, and then eventually you'll get to the point where you don't feel so bad because your opponents will be worthy opponents. "1v1 is too stressful." Well, you don't make it sound very stressful when you say you feel bad for beating somebody. I just play team games. Let everybody else deal with the stress. Okay, looks like they're in. I'm loading the link now. I can't see it. Here we go. Spectate with Capture Age. So we are loading in now. It's not too stressful if you're playing against someone who doesn't know hotkeys. Word. Hotkeys are so important. So we are spectating. So it is loading now, so we should be in shortly. Thanks, guys, for sticking around. Oh, request to spectate timed out. This can happen when AOT prompts you to download and save data. Well, that's annoying. Let's try it again. Alright, so we'll see if we can get this request to spectate working. Now that Capture Age is already loaded, perhaps it will have an easier time loading into the next game. No, request to spectate lobby timed out. Yes, we're going to say yes. So we got Huns versus Sicilians. And it looks like it's loading in game, so I guess I had to allow something. Okay, so we got the TheOtterOne playing as the Huns against Yippip playing as the Sicilians. So the TheOtterOne already losing a scout to the monks. Let's disable the Fog of War here. And you guys will get to enjoy the cubes with me. Because I can't get Capture Age to work for this. We are catching up now. Looks like the TheOtterOne is... Okay. Making some scouts. Both players, it looks like they're going scouts. So, stable from the TheOtterOne, and 2 stables from Yippip as the Sicilians. So Yippip is looking to wall this off. And Yippip fighting this scout, but this scout takes half the bonus damage from Otter's Spearman. Spearman will still win, but with very little health left. Alright, let's disable the face cam here and we'll go into caster mode. I wish Capture Age were working. So two stables from Yippip and a blacksmith. And the TheOtterOne has a couple of scouts as well. You know, Otter is on the back foot and has selected Huns for that reason. Otter has only got 1 stable up, and looks like he's not that interested in stone. He could sort of like try to wall this up, but he's given away a stone with this wall. I don't know that I agree with that. Okay, Yippip does edge him out in the fight over scouts. TheOtterOne, can he doink this scout and then have an even, clean fight? No, not quite. They're being chased. Yippip at 39 villagers, the TheOtterOne at 42. So Yippip definitely with a disadvantage here in terms of villager count. I don't know if this is because the TheOtterOne got villager kills, or if the TheOtterOne has less town center idle time. We don't know because we're not in Capture Age. Okay, Yippip getting housed. I think maybe I see why Otter has a villager advantage, but to be fair, maybe the Otter has gotten housed too. Okay, Yippip is going to wall across like this. Otter excels at Empire Wars, says Tipe. It would make sense. The Otter is a deathmatch player. He's one of the best deathmatch players in the world, so it would make sense that he would pick an Empire Wars type start. So the Otter in on Yippip's wood line, but doesn't get any villagers. At least none that I could see. And microing the scouts. Looks to take a fight against Yippip, but I don't think he can get out. Yippip is walling this shut. I think Sicilians are a great counter to Huns. I mean, what do Huns do if Sicilians go Sergeants and Onagers? Right? They can't do anything. Huns have no answer to an infantry siege push, so Otter needs to prevent this game from ever getting there. He's got... or Yippip has negative gold. What does Otter have? Otter does have positive gold so far. He is getting forging. And this spearman is not going to kill that scout. But these spearmen will very easily kill that scout because of the halved bonus damage. So the TheOtterOne's saying, come on back, let's play. Yippip doesn't want to attack that. Otter adding a second stable now. Yippip still on 2 stables. Yippip, I believe, it looks like he's still producing from both stables too. Zerg says Cav Archer with micro can't do anything. Well, there was a time, Zerg, when there was too much lag to be able to do stuff like that. Okay, so Yippip sealing this up. This gold pile has a single gold in it, so this is to make the mining more efficient. But because he hasn't taken it, these scouts won't walk in, but he could take it very easily and let the scouts in. But the scouts cannot get past a single gold coin just sitting on the ground, and the scouts say, nope, can't move past it. But I do reject that, Zerg. I think you start getting 3 or 4 mangonels, and even godlike Cav Archer micro can't do anything about it. Especially with siege engineers. Ooh, the TheOtterOne finding an inn, though, on Yippip. 4 scouts in on Yippip's base. But Yippip is also in on Otter's woodline. So very aggressive scout play from both players so far. Both doing damage. The TheOtterOne fighting it off. He does have scouts here, but several villagers will go down. This is not good for the TheOtterOne. Hopefully for the Otter's sake he can get enough damage in here to justify that. It looks like he destroyed a foundation and killed some villagers, but without capture age it's hard to say who won that. Who was better off because of the scouts getting in on the woodline. So the Otter does clear that up. And is still back here to harassing Yippip. So Yippip at 49 villagers and the TheOtterOne at 50. So they're pretty close. I've noticed in the King of Ireland tournament that there's just so many villager kills on both sides for many of the maps, especially Irish Arabia. Yippip trying to like funnel the scouts, but these scouts are going to gang up on that spearman. I guess does weaken it. And can Yippip... He's going to try to get some arrow fire on these scouts, but not quite succeeding. So Yippip is under a lot of harassment. The Otter is on his way up to the Castle Age, and Yippip is not even close. He's got way too much wood, kind of flustered by the pace of the game, I would say. He's doing a better job than I would. I would have, like, potato microed those scouts. They all would have gone down to spearmen really quick. So, I don't mean to sound too critical of Yippip here, but this is a really fast-paced game, and the Otter showing off his DM skills. Okay, Yippip still not close to the Castle Age. Otter on his way up. Otter with 50 villagers. Yippip has a 2-villager lead so far. That villager lead will grow as he continues to make villagers instead of advancing. Yippip repairing this palisade wall. Okay, and sending a spear back to finally deal with this. Scouts do attack faster than spearmen, but Yippip finally able to clear that up. But Otter is in on the gold. This is a disaster for Yippip. He's got to pull villagers back to the town center. He is forcing down a donjon. But that's not going to do anything. The scouts are just going to camp the base of the donjon and destroy it, which is unprotected. No, okay, Otter's going to go around and look for some more villager kills. So Yippip at 54 villagers. And he needs to re-wall this immediately. Build a stone wall. Don't be afraid of it. More villager fighting on the wood line. The TheOtterOne is in Castle Age, and we are seeing a Cav Archer switch from the TheOtterOne. Just go straight for his opponent. With scouts, Yippip is taking down those scouts now with spearmen, and has re-walled this. So has the OtterOne shown Yippip his cavalry archers yet? If you're Yippip, let's turn on the Fog of War. Yeah, so Yippip hasn't seen the cav archers. He could probably guess they're coming. And Yippip is on his way up to the castle age at 57 villagers. And the OtterOne has 53. So Yippip overall has stayed ahead of the OtterOne. The OtterOne even stonewalling over here. Nice. I'd love to see stone walls. They're fantastic. I think they're dramatically underutilized. They're expensive, but they're good. So the OtterOne getting Bodkin. Hey, T-Bomber, how's it going? Welcome. So the OtterOne is getting Bodkin so he can move in with the cav archers now. And Yippip looks like he is making some more scouts. He's got 17 on gold. The gold drain on Terra is equivalent to 3 relics. And the OtterOne is here with cav archers. Going to try to break in. He's got a hill advantage. And let's see, 8 attack and 5 pierce armor. So each cav archer does 3 damage. So 10 cav archers doing 30 damage per shot. So it doesn't take him long to get in. And another donjon being forced down for Yippip. If this donjon goes up, it will be a great cost for Yippip. The OtterOne at 57 villagers now. The Yippip at 54. And I don't think he's going to finish this. Yippip has reached castle age. He's teching into skirmisher. He is getting fletching, but honestly, it might be too late. Okay, he does finish it. These cav archers could totally camp the base of that donjon, but they're not going to. They're going to run right past to the wood line. And Otter's going to get some more villager kills here, so lots of genocide so far in the game. This donjon is going to do a decent job of keeping these cav archers off of Yippip's gold at the very least. But we've seen games where a player was in a commanding position, but they gave away their gold, and they found that they could only make trash later in the game. As Yippip is on the gold in the back, but the archers are getting more villager kills. Oof, this is not looking good for Yippip at all. Cav archers don't even care. They're just running in, sniping some villagers, and then running away. Otter showing his skills with Empire Wars and his love of Huns. The CA, are they even going to deny this range? No, they're not. They won't deny the range, but Yippip is so broke. He's got 43 villagers making skirmishers from a single range. There aren't many places where he can safely take wood. How's the Otter doing? The Otter with 65 villagers, expanding now. He's built a second town center. He's going to build a third on the stone in the center. And the OtterOne fighting some of Yippip's spearmen. So far, the monks have been left undisturbed. Looks like they're playing on a previous version of this map, though. These priests only have 9 range and no theocracy. So Yippip probably downloaded the map from the Discord a while back and is not subscribed to the mod. So I'm gonna tell them that they have to replay this. So the OtterOne coming for the relics now. Yeah, the monks do not have theocracy. I won't mean it though. I'm not going to make them replay it. But I am going to remind them that they did play on an incorrect version of the map. But it's kind of an embarrassment when the map doesn't function the way that you intended. Yippip is here with scouts. What is this? Yippip taking the advantage to kill some cav archers. So OtterOne losing a lot of units to conversions here. Is Yippip going to make a comeback from this? The OtterOne is feeling ahead enough to come in and get some relics, but Yippip is here now. Yippip doesn't need to kill these AI units. He can just leave them here. Let the Otter deal with them, and yeah, that's exactly what he's going to do. These units are just going to get in the Otter's way of taking the relics, so that's fine with Yippip. And Yippip has finally cleared the cav archers out of his base. Yippip has 51 villagers now to the OtterOne's 77. Yippip has built a second town center on the gold in the back. Continuing to take gold, the Otter is booming on 3 town centers. Actually, he's booming on 2, but he has 3 town centers. He could boom on 3 anytime he wanted. Not making villagers, and not making villagers. So, attacking and taking out the Friar Tuck. So both players, I guess, are kind of working together here to secure the relics now. They're going to be fighting over the relics. But I don't know if Yippip is going to be able to sneak any away. The Otter is already snagging 1 relic. The Otter wants these relics for himself. Huns with unlimited gold are quite scary. Scarier than most civilizations, I would say, with unlimited gold. Except the Byzantines, of course. So what's the plan here for Yippip? Yippip needs mangonels. Yippip needs mangonels, and he needs pikemen. He needs to not go cavalry. It's just not the play. If Yippip is... Maybe Yippip, a good idea for Yippip would be to, like, create a distraction up here. Look like you're trying to go for the relics, and then drop a Sicilian castle on Otter's town center and secure this stone. If Yippip can make castles, he has a way back into this game. But without being able to make castles and mitigate the damage from raiding, Yippip is in trouble. The TheOtterOne trying to get in, can't quite get in. I'm going to take down this house, but it's not going to let him in. So Yippip has made a monastery, but he still can't get to the gold in the center. Or rather, the relics. The Otter grabbing many, many relics now. Let's take a look at the Otter's gold income. He's getting gold quite quickly. He does have a lot on gold, to be fair, though. Let's see how many relics the TheOtterOne has. He's got 5 relics so far. I've never seen the TheOtterOne make this many monks. I am impressed. Yippip, though, not giving up on the opportunity to knock Otter out of the tournament. So cheers to Yippip for sticking into this. He's getting scale mail armor. So I think Yippip is considering a pike siege push, which is the right thing to do. What's this? What is this? Let's take a look at the Otter's resources. The TheOtterOne is going to drop a castle here. That's not aggressive enough. He should totally drop the castle right here on Yippip's stone. And maybe kind of on the gold a little bit, but not exactly, but still closer than this castle. And Yippip calls the GG. So Yippip just out of money. Let's take a look at Yippip's resources. Hopefully we can get Capture Age to work for the next one. And Yippip at 66 villagers to the Otter's 100, basically. 98 villagers for the Otter. And the Otter was continuing to get relics. He had 8 relics captured so far. So we're now tied 1-1. Yippip won the first match. The TheOtterOne won the second. Empire Wars as Huns. And the Otter not taking any chances for that second game. Tipe says, I think Otter is top 200 in Empire Wars. Really? I guess it wouldn't surprise me. Would not be surprised at all. Otter is very good with that micro, that unit control. He's very good at maximizing the aggression and throwing exactly the right units at you to kill you. He knows how to kill you post-imp. There is no doubt about that. So we just finished casting second game. Empire Wars, Terra, Sicilian versus Huns. In Age of Cubes. So now we need a link to the third game. However, you have to replay. An incorrect version of the map was used. Where did you get that map from? So I am talking to the TheOtterOne here. They did use the incorrect version of the map. Okay, Zerg, thanks for stopping in. Zerg has to go. He says, have a good stream. Then I got mod working again. It was a fickle DE thing. Changes were minor. I'm not going to make them replay it. Please. Yes, please. So please use the correct mod, because knowing, because I made the maps and I changed them and I know what I changed, and looking at how this game unfolded, I do not believe that them using an incorrect version of this map influenced the outcome of the game. So using an out-of-date did not influence the outcome of the game, but try to use the maps that are most up-to-date. Okay, so we get to see a Game 3. This is fantastic. I hope you guys are as excited as I am. Let's take a look at the statistics here, just because we couldn't see them in Capture Age. A relatively even KD, just Otter just was idling Yippip so much and taking the map control away from him. And it shows, right? Similar villager high, or similar kill to death, I should say. Not similar villager high. And Otter pulling ahead in the resources collected. Alright, let me see if I can join their lobby now. So Otter capturing 8 relics and getting 440 relic gold. Okay, it says game mode coastal. We'll see what happens. I don't know what map this is going to be. But we're counting down, so I believe I said spectate with Capture Age. Let's just... Looks like the game hasn't started yet. Alright, so the next one is TheOtterOne, I believe. This is Yippip's home map. And Yippip picking it because he knows that Otter cannot pick the Huns on this map. So we can't quite see. Looks like there is a lobby browser that Otter is going to be part of, but they haven't started the game yet. So we're still waiting for them to launch. Okay, round of 16, Yippip versus Otter. Players 2 out of 8. So they have not refreshed yet. So TheOtterOne is the one that has that yurt. It recreates the Irish rental crisis. That yurt costs you money to keep up, so you have to delete the yurt to stop the drain of gold from your coffers. But if you do, you'll be mega housed because that yurt is worth 10 population space. So if you're playing as Huns, you can delete it immediately because Huns do not need houses. So it's a cute little buff that I did to Huns on the map. But everybody thinks that Huns are the best civ on that map unconditionally because of that extra gold. I really don't think Huns are very good on that map. I gave them that because Huns are not very good on that map to try to even it out a bit. Tullyhoe, in my opinion, is a pike siege map. It is a map that you make infantry and siege weapons on. It is closed. It is easy to wall. You can't get many castles up, so therefore mangonels and pikemen can actually go quite deep into your opponent's economy. There are corners that you can chop to. You don't know what resources are going to be in the corners, but you chop through to them anyway, and they will still be helpful. Okay, looks like they've started, so let us refresh and attempt to spectate the game. Are they in? Okay, nope, looks like they haven't launched it yet. So we still have to wait. Tipe says, I find the tax in the previous unrealistic. Would you find it more believable if I told you that the tax is only there because you don't control a queen? Yes, but remember this is the Middle Ages, and Terra is all about the coronation site of the High King. And being a High King costs money. You need to tax your subjects. Yeah, not in medieval times, says Tipe. Okay, it looks like they haven't started yet. Let me join this lobby anyway. See if it lets me join the lobby. See what they do. TheOtterOne can't ready up. Okay. I leave. Good luck, guys. Thanks for the entertaining set. Yeah, we'll leave. Spectate. And they should be able to launch now. Okay, here we are. Spectate with Capture Age. Let's go. Yes, we want to proceed. Yes, 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 yes. We want to say yes, yes. Okay, Indians versus Chinese. I like the Chinese a lot better. Chinese makes sense. You start with the extra villagers once your town center is completed. But maybe you can, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what Yippip has in store here. I don't understand Indians at all on this map. So I think Yippip definitely has a siege advantage, but maybe TheOtterOne can use Indian camel power to bust through Yippip's palisade walls and houses and kill him before Pike Siege becomes a thing. But I do think Chokanews and Siege Rams are going to be pretty scary. And Halberdiers, maybe toss some Scorpions in there. The Chinese Death Ball, it's hard to stop. Chinese are a solid civ for sure. What do you guys think about this match? Do you think that Chinese or Indians have an advantage? Indians are more mobile, but it doesn't really come into play on this map. And mobility, in my mind, is reflected partly in cost. in part by the cost of the units. So you're basically paying more for a mobility that you don't need. But we'll see. We will see. Okay, it is loading in. Cheap builds are always good, says Tipe. That's true. We got 8 seconds left. So much food saved. I wanted to see Tipe do his long swordsman burst into the enemy town, but unfortunately we didn't get the opportunity. Maybe next time. Okay, looks like we're all caught up. I'm going to disable face cam here, and we will get you into the match. We got capture age again, so that should be good. Elephant archers are a thing. Okay, so we are 12 seconds in. No idle time from either player. That's because they haven't built their town center yet. TheOtterOne keeping his hut, keeping that yurt up, taking a little bit of a gold tax here, and building his town center in the upper left. And Yippip has also left his yurt up, and he is building his town center in the lower right. So is Yippip just sending a villager out to scout the map? Oh man, I don't want to. Here we go. I don't want to go at 9 times the speed. I just want to go at normal speed. This lady looks like she's walking in slow motion. So TheOtterOne Indians, he finishes his town center, queues up some villagers. He's going to want to take wood and get those houses down as quickly as possible. Looks like he is also hunting. Yippip will get his town center up pretty quickly as well. Just behind him. You start with 11 villagers on this map. They asked me for an Empire Wars and I refused, but I gave them this instead, which is the next best thing. So Yippip taking some villagers around and just scouting, finding sheep. Here are his 3 free villagers as they are pausing. We have another pause. What happens if I try unpausing? Oh, okay. I tried unpausing, and it looks like they are continuing. Interesting. I have no wood. Okay, we can go. Yes, that's right. You start with exactly 275 wood on this map, and always have. It's in the description. So it sounds like Yippip is a little upset that he only had exactly enough wood to build the town center. Cannot afford his houses yet, so he's going to get loom. TheOtterOne had no wood to start out with as well, though, so I don't think Yippip understands. Maybe he missed that part of the map. Every civ starts with 275 regardless of civ. Yep. That is true. Okay. So it's like they're still going. Okay, Yippip has the wood to build a couple of houses. He's deleted his yurt. So he is some gold behind of the TheOtterOne, though. Trying to catch up to real time here. So the TheOtterOne's yurt is still up. Yippip has less gold because he got loom first. That explains it. So Yippip already starting with the house wall off here. Plugging the gap between these forests. So if you went to Tullyho Fort in Ireland today, it would not be forested like this. It's actually a pretty clear field, but it is in a box surrounded by trees. And there are actually trees in the center where the coronation stone for the O'Neill clan was. But these bushes and occasional trees are not there. But I like to imagine that in the Middle Ages it had these meadows. So we'll have to take a closer look at the recording to see whether or not Yippip had the wood that he thought he was going to have. Or rather, the wood that he was supposed to have. Okay. Yippip with a little bit more town center idle time, but it makes sense because he's Chinese. But even still, he is tied with the TheOtterOne for villager count. So he's not as far behind as you might think. Milling the deer. He's got plenty of houses up. Or the TheOtterOne does, anyway. And Yippip also milling his deer. He has not built a lumber camp yet. I want to see one of the players build a lumber camp on one of these corners. Chinese start with less wood, asks Char Char. Well, I think if you look up the Civ, normally, like AoE 2 Tech Tree, I think they're supposed to start with minus 100 wood from everybody else. So, let's take a look at Chinese here real quick. They start with plus 3 villagers, but minus 200 food and minus 100 wood, I believe. Oops, that's the best Civ. So, no. So they start with plus 3 villagers and minus 50 wood and minus 200 food. So this is the Chinese start. What this map does is the Chinese still get their 3 villagers when the town center is completed, but you start with exactly 275 wood. So Yippip did not start with 225 wood. He started with 275. So this effect of the bonus was negated. So that's what this map does, is regardless of your civilization, you will start with 275 wood. So Persians, Malians, Chinese, they all start with 275 wood on this map. And that makes it so that you have to choose about deleting your yurt. You can't simply pick the Persians and build both your houses and delete the yurt. Because the Persians start with plus 50 wood. So Chinese normally start with less wood, Char Char, but in this case they started with the same amount of wood as the TheOtterOne. It's the TheOtterOne hunting, or in this case the Indians. So Yippip throwing down some farms. This is telling me that Yippip is planning on doing an FC. I think FC is smart on this map. Players do not really know where their opponents are. So the TheOtterOne is looking for Yippip. He's got sheep in this area. He needs to retask the sheep. He's of course found the gold in the center. Or bring the sheep back and eat them. And let's see, what does Yippip know? Yippip has less information about the map than the TheOtterOne does. Another mill for Yippip. Seems like he is content to just take the trees around his town center. I think players should at least try to build a lumber camp on these forests in the corners. Chop through and see what the goodies are down here. You may not be planning to make a castle or get relics, but it can only help you. You also start with a little bit of extra stone on this map. So you have the stone to build 2 towers exactly. So it's plus 50 stone from the standard start, and plus 150 stone because you have a nomad start. So you start with 350 stone, but the first 100 of it you're going to spend building your town center. So Yippip getting pretty close to clicking up to the next age. He has the food for it. The TheOtterOne is clicking up now. Yippip is idling his town center. I don't understand why. Does he not have the buildings? He should have the buildings. He's got a mill up. Nope. Okay, he's going to build a lumber camp and then he'll click up. So he queued up a few more villagers. And the TheOtterOne is on his way to the feudal age now at 25 pop exactly. And the TheOtterOne is going to come and try to get through to this side. Now, again, to be clear, the otter does not know what is over here, but he knows it'll be good. Whatever it is, it'll help him. So he is building a lumber camp up against this wood line and wants to access those resources. Okay, Yippip needs to start taking these deer. Still making villagers. And Yippip should click up. He doesn't want to let Otter have too much of a technology advantage. Oh no, this was a mill for the TheOtterOne. Oops. I totally misread that. I thought it was a lumber camp. Oh well. So click up, Yippip. Click up. What's going on? Okay, he finishes that lumber camp, and he should click up now. There we go. So Yippip clicking up to the feudal age on 28 pop. He's going to have to do some mega walling once he sees the otter hit feudal age. Also, Yippip should go on to gold. He's going to need gold to click up to castle. He seems like he's got a lot on food and such, so he'll probably have the food. Especially if he takes these sheep that he's now moving under his town center. But he is going to need gold. So I want to see a mining camp right here for Yippip. Otter reaching the feudal age. Yippip should be worried. Yippip should say, yeah, I don't want to get scout rushed. And pick a perimeter of trees, it doesn't matter where it is, and wall it off so the otter can't kill him. The otter himself is walling, but the otter is putting down a stable. Scouts should never kill anyone on this map. But we got a stable coming down for otter anyway. The thing about... And it's not just this map, it's just Nomad maps in general. Like, how many times do you guys see someone go scouts on Nomad and have it work? It's just so rare. Why? Because you can build your town center right on the wood line, or very close to it. Nomad tends to have lots of resources and lots of wood lines, and it's easier to wall, and your town center being on the wood line makes it harder for scouts to do damage. Yippip building a barracks so that he can make spearmen to deal with these scouts, but he totally doesn't have to. He can just wall them out. It's a very closed map. So Yippip going somewhere, though, with these villagers. Hopefully he comes back inside and walls himself in. Yippip. Does Yippip know where the otter is? Well, the otter does not know where Yippip is. But does Yippip know where the otter is? Okay, yep. So Yippip knows where the TheOtterOne is. He even knows the stable is coming up, so he knows scouts are on the way. But Yippip should finish this. Okay, yep, he's doing it now. So he's walling off here. Is this closed here? I don't know. This does not look closed here. Oh my goodness, I hope there's not a hole in the wall. That could be a disaster for Yippip. He went up so much later. He is also not on gold. He is going on gold now. So Yippip did really well in the first game of the set. He was really prepared to take on that unusual configuration of Irish Arabia. Now, I think that some of Yippip's success in that first game can be attributed to Otter's greedy fast castle. But even still, Yippip has shown that he's got the stuff to give Otter a run for his money here. And even though Otter won the second game pretty decisively, Otter is known for being good at Empire Wars and Deathmatch and such, so that really shouldn't come as a shock, especially since Otter had picked his favorite civ ever, the Huns. Okay, so Yippip's got a spearman, he's putting a blacksmith down, he's made a range, so it's going to be archers from Yippip. So the good news about Chinese is that tech switches are easier for them, And, okay, so Yippip deciding, why would I give away this section of the map when I can just wall it off? So he starts to come in, and then he realizes, oh, wait, I can just wall this off. Is the OtterOne going to find this, though, is the question. So the Otter is looking for Yippip. He's looking to see if Yippip is chopping over here. He is going to find this villager, and that is a dead villager right there. So Yippip, unfortunately, deciding he wanted to take this corner too late. Can the spearman get through? Okay, it looks like that is not closed. Yippip quick walling the villager in with the house. And now we've got a scout here to chase these, or a spearman to chase these scouts away. And Yippip closing this up behind them. So this villager is going to come and try to wall this off now. So Yippip losing a villager, and Otter getting the first villager kill of the game. This villager here is in trouble. If Yippip can fight off these scouts with this spearman, maybe this villager will have a chance, but the OtterOne is still in. And this lady cannot go anywhere. So the OtterOne is now 2 villagers ahead of Yippip because he got 2 villager kills. Yippip also has a minute and 49 seconds of idle time, which is unfortunate. I don't really think it had to be that way. I think he forgot to click up. He was massively on gold. This gold is not as much gold as you think. And these villagers, having finished it now, are going to come over here to this other gold pile. So Yippip is closed off down here. There's a reed blocking this, so the OtterOne is at least not going to be able to get in. Or maybe he is. Oops. There's another hole in the wall. So that's not good for Yippip. And the OtterOne looking for some more damage, and Yippip is going to seal that off. So the OtterOne getting bloodlines now to give his scouts about 50% more health. But these scouts are going down to tungsten arrow fire. So the OtterOne with a slight score lead. Blue is close to Castle Age. It's true. Yippip is getting closer. The OtterOne is nowhere near close enough to click up. He's continuing to make villagers, though. And he does have a villager lead over Yippip. Now, if Yippip is smart, he will... Alright, he's going to build a market here, probably to buy some food and then click up. What Yippip needs to do is he needs to get to the Castle Age as quickly as possible, make 4 spearmen, because Otter isn't going to be making enough military to deal with that, because Otter is going to want to click up himself. And then come and drop a town center somewhere on these golds. Secure this gold, make mangonels, make pikemen, and punish the choice of Indians on this map. Indians are a cavalry archer civilization. Cavalry archer civilizations... This map was not designed for cav archer civilizations. Let's just put it that way. So Yippip with the market coming up. He has nothing in queue. He's got a little bit more town center idle time. He should buy a little bit of food. Okay, there he goes. And now clicks up. So the OtterOne working at this house, Yippip not taking any chances, walling behind this just in case. Does not want the OtterOne getting in. But Yippip is only now starting on chopping through to the goodies. Has Otter started chopping through to the goodies? Nope. So neither player really going for the corners yet, which I think is a mistake. I think both players could have very easily done that. It wouldn't have cost them very much. And please tell me this is another barracks. No. Ugh, it's an archery range. Don't get lulled into archers on this map. They are not good. There is not enough gold for archers. I guess if he secures the center, but he's going to need pikemen to do that. So you're already kind of invested in pikemen anyway to get the cavalry, but maybe Yippip can do something with it. Catch me by surprise. He's making archers now. The Chinese are just such a flexible civilization. They can pretty much do anything. You don't have to go archers with them. One time I played a Gold Rush game as the Britons against the Byzantines, And my opponent, before I had ever made a single military unit, my opponent had 30 skirms. I'm not kidding you, on the battlefield. He made 30 skirmishers as Byzantines on the battlefield before I ever made my first military unit. So I was just like, alright, I'm not going to make archers. So I played Britons and I made champions. And that was my thing. I made champions, I stormed the center, took down his castle, built my own castle, and then as he was transitioning into cataphracts, I transitioned into halbs. And then he started transitioning into gunpowder, so I transitioned into cavalier. And I eventually ended up beating him, just whittling him down and taking the gold from him. Did not make a single archer as Britons that game. Because it was just never appropriate. There was never a time in which archers were a good idea. My opponent could make a million cheap skirms, so there was just no point. So, Yippip is almost up to the castle age. It'll be interesting to see what he does with it. Ooh. What's this? Did Yippip sell some stone? And I missed it? Oh man, that is bad. That is not good. There is no stone on this map, except in the corners. So unless Yippip plans to chop through this really quickly and then take the stone in the corners, he's going to have to buy stone again. But Yippip getting Bodkin instead. So he's doubling down on the archers here. He never did manage to wall this off. So this could be a good exercise for him to delete this and send his military out here, secure this area, and then finish walling that off. So he could chop either way if he wanted. And these scouts are in now. Where is Yippip's military? Yippip has 6 military, so theoretically he has units. Garrisons the town center. The archers are approaching this scout. These scouts do not have any armor, so they'll go down pretty easily to town center arrow fire. And Otter in and leaving just about as quickly as he broke in. So the OtterOne is going to be about 15 seconds away from Castle Age. And he's getting the armor. He's not going to make knights, but he will probably make more light cav. He'll probably make more scouts and then upgrade them into light cav. They have the same pierce armor as knights. I guess the OtterOne could make camels, but it doesn't really make sense because Yippip is not making any cavalry. Plush Werewolf says, new Google account, who dis? This is the guy that's really frustrated with Capture Age, acting like it's in slow motion when we're live casting these events. So agreed to give it a try though. Really grateful that the OtterOne invited us to cast this live, but I don't think I would accept again, just because we've had so much struggle with Capture Age. So Yippip playing into archers on this map, which I disagree with. Who is going to take the center first? Okay, the Otter says, this is my gold in the center. So Yippip needs to do something about that. Looks like Yippip bought some stone. Please build a town center here, Yippip. Please. With the stone. Do it. Make pikemen build a town center here. Okay, he's going to build a gate so that Otter can't just run in whenever he wants. And he is getting the armor for his archers. The trees aren't cubes. Madness. Oh, no. He's town centering the stone. This is 400, or the gold. This is 400 gold here. It's not worth it. Take a town center in the middle. I think players approach this map like it's Gold Rush. And on Gold Rush, it normally would be acceptable to build a town center on a neutral gold that wasn't in the center. But that is not the case with this map. You either need to secure the center and get the goodies, or you need to chop through and get the goodies. But there's goodies on the map, and you need to go for them. You can't just assume that you can boom up and overwhelm your opponent because he's not hurting you. Because in that time, your opponent will play the map and take advantage of what's going on in the map and then crush you. But we'll see. We'll see. I disagree with this decision. I think this town center could be forward. I think maybe 4 pikemen, and he has this. He was Castle Age first. He easily could have done this, in my opinion. But what do I know? All I made was the map. I never actually accomplished anything in life. Okay, so stable coming up for Yippip. So what's the plan here with the stable? Maybe he wants to make a scout. Let's see what Yippip's vision is. He's got some idea of where the Otter is, but he really doesn't know what the Otter is up to. And he's just sort of patrolling back here with his archers. Doesn't want to lose them because he doesn't really have the gold to make more. Okay, light cav for the OtterOne. We totally predicted it. It didn't make sense for the OtterOne to make camels. And he is going to continue to make light cav from a single stable. And he is building an archery range. The OtterOne is transitioning into cav archers, which don't really make sense either, given that Yippip is archers and the OtterOne knows that. And all other things being equal, crossbowmen are way better than cav archers. That's true. If you haven't designed the map, it can be hard to keep track of everything that's going on. They are quite different. So we'll see. We're going to have cav archers versus some crossbowmen. Yippip still has not made an attempt to get at the center. Now you can just click on these gold piles, you know, like you don't have to read it in a document. You can just click on it and see how much gold it has. So Yippip should build a forward siege workshop right here and make like 6 pikes, and Otter would be in trouble. But Yippip doesn't know that because he's kind of been staying to himself down here, keeping to himself, taking this gold, cutting through to the edge. But Yippip will run out of gold here pretty soon. He is getting ballistics now. I thought I was going to get destroyed in this tournament, which is why I didn't sign up for it. But I still think not signing up for it was the right thing to do. Our sweaty meta brains are on autopilot for that. That's true. It's just what you do. You just go archers as Chinese. It's just the thing. I like being an independent administrator for the tournament. Hey, Plush Werewolf, be sure to join the server if you haven't already. Okay, Yippip on patrol here. The OtterOne looking for some damage. Is the OtterOne chopped through here? No. Is the OtterOne chopped through here? No. Neither player chopping through to the goodies, instead electing to chop random trees. Okay, the OtterOne has a partially constructed gate here. And just looking to expand and secure a little bit more of the map. Maybe he'll come out here to this wood line now. In the base game, a gold pile is always the same value, so it's not a reflex to check them. That's true. Okay, Yippip finally coming out forward. And let's see what he can see. Alright, he does see the light cav on the prowl. Decides to come back, which I think is smart. He does not have enough crossbows here for that. And almost out of gold down here. The OtterOne has just finished the second armor for these light cavs, so they are now a formidable match for the crossbowmen. Each crossbowman would do 5 damage per hit to these light cav. Oh no, 4. Oh, that's really bad. And the OtterOne decides now is the time to get in. Oh nice, we got a camel from Yippip. So, Yippip making some camel riders. And these will help him fight off light cav. These archers are not going to be very good, but the camel will be pretty good. Camels only have 6 base attack. They are underestimating the power of the goodies. I agree, Tipe. It's like they don't care about the relics. I mean, to be fair, though, the otter is on gold in the center, but they are not chopping through to the corners. Okay, so Yippip is going to wall this off now. I mean, why wouldn't you, right? You can bring your camels up here to guard your crossbowmen, and then you can come around and trap the light cav. Do it, do it, do it. Trap the light cav. It is 1-1. That's true, Funny Liquid. Thank you. Oh, wait. Yippip won the first game, and the OtterOne won the second. Whose home map is this? This is Yippip's home map. The OtterOne had Terra earlier, and played Huns in that terrifying Empire Wars setting. So, the OtterOne did really, really well in the second game. So Yippip is scared. So they are tied up 1-1. Thank you for the reminder, Funny Liquid. Okay, so now Yippip chasing off the OtterOne. Yippip, I believe, is out of gold. So Yippip is going to build... No! Yippip is building another town center on this gold out here. Take the good gold, Yippip. It's right here. The TheOtterOne, you know about it too. The TheOtterOne is not out here. Believe me, if the TheOtterOne had a military that could kill you, it would be at your base. That's how the Otter works. The Otter is hyper-aggressive. If he can damage you, he will damage you. Now, having said that, though, the Otter still has not moved out with these Cav Archers. I guess it's because Cav Archers are not very cost-effective against crossbowmen, so Yippip outnumbering him in crossbows slightly. But even still, Yippip could take this section of the map if he wanted it. If he were bold enough, he could absolutely have it. But instead, he's going to spend another 375 resources to take 400 gold. So let's see, the TheOtterOne is pop-capped. He's got 60 villagers to Yippip's 56, so at least the players are booming on this map. Sort of. And Yippip only now finally getting a horse collar. Feels bad. Yippip is almost chopped through to the outside, thank goodness. He is going to find stone in here, and that will help him build castles and make Chokunu. I agree, Plush Werewolf. Otter 100% has a civ advantage here. Everybody thinks Cav Archer civs are fantastic on this map. I just don't get it. I don't understand. Is the Otter going to find this town center? Otter knows from experience that you need to check tiles in Tech Chariot maps. It's true. The Otter is going to find this. What a lucky find for the TheOtterOne. Jeez. Yep, there he goes. He's going to see it coming up. Yippip is going to attempt a quick wall. He does. But the TheOtterOne might run around, or he might attack the houses. I'm not sure. He's at the very least, Otter's going to take this villager. And then try to get through. This house has very little armor while it's being constructed. And... okay, so he is going to... oh, come on. There's 24 HP left. You can get in. There we go. So now the TheOtterOne breaks in. He's going to send his Cav Archers, and he is going to deny this town center. So not only is this town center going to be denied, but honestly, it might be a good thing for... I mean, losing the villagers isn't a good thing for Yippip, but this is 400... this is almost 400 resources in investment, right? This is 275 wood and 100 stone to secure 400 gold on the map, when he could be building it in the center like Otter and securing like thousands of gold around it. So it just doesn't make sense. Cav Archers are great at flanking and raiding, but there is not a lot of opportunity for that here. I agree, it is a very closed map. However, Yippip is smart. He is chopping through to this stone on the outside. The Otter has not gone after that, which I think is a mistake. So in that sense, at least Yippip is like more cognizant of how the map was designed, and he knows that there is good stuff out here. I would have liked to see him go after it sooner, but this is still going to be good for him, getting access to this stone. Hey, Alfonso, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. I was wondering where you were. I hadn't seen you for a while. This cast is unfortunately taking longer than I thought it was going to, because we've had all these lag and delays and confusion. Like, it looks like Capture Age is playing this in slow motion. Yippip has found a bunch of sheep here. Yippip with camels, but Otter's got this walled off. And where is... okay, so Yippip did get this town center up, and his crossbowmen are here. Did we miss... despite the slow motion, did we miss Otter's camel... or no, Otter has his Cav Archers here. He's got a lot of them. He outnumbers Yippip, who only has 18 crossbows. But, no, he has 20 crossbows, but 2 are being made. So his crossbows are a little split up. And this military, though, is going to be overwhelming. Yippip is going to get overwhelmed if he doesn't start taking this seriously. Yippip knows about these Cav Archers. He's seen them. They were killing villagers as this town center was going up. So he needs to take that seriously. It's a really slow-mo, but I told it to do 8x speed, so I don't really understand what's going on here. Maybe I can pause it and unpause? No. Maybe I can tell it to go normal speed? It doesn't seem to affect anything. So I appreciate you guys sticking with me. I am not going to cast another live match, even for the Otter. It's just, Capture Age is just so buggy doing a live cast, unfortunately. I could do it with the cubes, but you guys all despise cubes. So Yippip sees this Siege Workshop coming up. Yippip totally let Otter have all of this for the entire game. And the chickens are going to come home to roost here. The Otter is just completely outnumbering Yippip here in terms of archers. Cav archers are not cost effective against foot archers, but nevertheless, Yippip is outnumbered, and the OtterOne is going to push these back. He's probably going to queue up in Mangonel pretty soon and begin to pressure Yippip's liability town center down here. Okay, Yippip milling the deer, comes in, finds some wolves. Has Yippip found the stone yet? He should totally explore. No. Yippip does not know that there's stone back here. Could be relics. And is this villager going to go down to these wolves? Yes, the villager will go down to the wolves. So that'll be unfortunate. Yippip at 61 villagers to Otter's 75. And he still has camels looking for some damage, but they're not going to find any. Yippip bringing his archers back and microing them now, building a downhill siege workshop against his better judgment. Release the cubes. Funny Liquid says the cubes are better than this. Alright, let's do it. Now that's more like it. So, Yippip losing all of his military here. And I don't know what the military count is anymore because I shut down Capture Age, but Otter is going to move in with a ram. Huns do not get onagers, they only get mangonels, but these villagers are going to try to batter this ram down, but then the Cav archers will come and kill them. And Yippip, still taking deer, has not tried taking the stone yet. We have music now too. I don't know, do you guys think the music distracts from the gameplay though, and from the cast? Let me know. So we've got another castle coming in, or another battering ram coming in. And Yippip is getting Elite Skirmisher now. He has the food and the gold. Wait! What is this? Oh, this is an Otter town center. Alright, that explains it. And Otter is ramming down this town center. Yippip is struggling for... Oh. Music is fine, says Stipe. Okay, Yippip is struggling for gold here. He has nothing on gold. He didn't really... Oh, Yippip is killing me. He didn't really take the gold situation on this map seriously. Saw all these gold piles and said, oh, I don't need the gold in the center. But, to be fair, he may not know that you need to click on these gold mines to see how much gold there is. T-Bomber likes the music. Capture Age has a lot of good information, though, that I like to include. So somehow Yippip has managed to afford 2 mangonels, though. And he's got skirmishers of his own now. Take out these Cav archers. He has lost, or is going to lose, his town center here. Okay, and the Otter coming this way, piloting... Nope, nope. Mangonel's going to go this way instead to flatten some skirmishers. But he needs to support this ram, otherwise Yippip is just going to shank it. He's coming back over here with some Cav archers. And this town center is going to go down. Yep, loses the town center. And Otter kills the villagers. So let's take a look at the villager counts. The OtterOne is at 93 villagers to Yippip's 68. And the OtterOne wants to get in. So these are mangonels. These are good for Yippip. He needs to make sure that he dodges the mangonel fire from the OtterOne. And he trades 1 for 1 there. So if Yippip is good and careful, he can maybe get both of these mangonels with a single mangonel of his own, but it looks like he's only going to do 1 for 1 again. And so now the OtterOne is left with a mangonel, which will throw rocks on the heads of these skirmishers. It is looking rough for Yippip. The problem for Yippip is he has no gold. He's got this gold right here, but he's going to be out of that pretty quick. And he has this gold right here, and he may not be able to take that. Yippip, however, has found the stone. He's fighting off the wolves. And he will start taking stone, and maybe Yippip can either sell that stone for gold, or he can build a castle. does have a lot of skirmishers here, and since he went archers, he at least has the skirmisher upgrades. Keep the cav archers scared away, but Otter's mangonels are going to come and flatten some skirmishers, so Yippip is going to need an answer to that. Yippip's still got these random sheep here. He should at least move them to the corner of the map. But he may not have seen them. We got a camel here. The camel is attacking the mangonel through the corner. That's pretty funny. Just to come around. And Otter's all over him with mangonels. Look at this. The Otter has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mangonels on the field so far. The Otter could totally micro this mangonel. So camels are not going to do well against cav archers. Cav archers have extra attack, and mangonels have, or cav archers, camels have less pierce armor. Tipe says, I don't see any way for Yippip to win this. I agree. He is mega housed. He's got 90 pop and only housing for 75. But this is his home map. This is the game match. The outcome of this match will determine the outcome of the set. We've got mangonels moving in on Yippip's town center now. And the OtterOne is dropping a castle. I don't recall seeing the OtterOne chop through to the edges. He is close to securing some relics. But the OtterOne building a castle here, probably bought with all of his research. And the OtterOne is transitioning into light cav, or no, Yippip is transitioning into light cav to try to deal with those cav archers. What is the OtterOne making? More cav archers. Skirmishers are getting flattened by cav archers, and Yippip is in trouble. Calls the GG. GG, well played. Oh, we got some conversation here. Why would I pick Chinese if there is no wood? How stupid. Yeah, it was a great set. You prep a strat based on what is written in the map pack. I expected Mongols and thought I'm dead. Admins need to have a look at themselves. So Yippip blaming the admins for his failure to study the map pack, which is unfortunate. Good luck next. The tournament is a little bit chaotic, though. GG, well played. Look at the castle. Very challenging set. Yeah, Yippip putting up a good fight. But the OtterOne having a little bit better of an understanding of the maps than Yippip, and punishing Yippip on this map. But a very competitive set for sure. Yippip, that first game, though, really pressured the Otter. And the Otter went FC. Maybe just it worked really well for Funny Liquid because Funny Liquid had less idle time than the OtterOne, but Yippip punished the OtterOne for that FC in the first game. Got ahead, and the Otter could never quite recover. So Yippip took the first game, and the OtterOne took the second two. Practicing all the maps helped me here. Congratulations to the Otter. We are sad to see Yippip go. We hope that Yippip will consider signing up for our tournaments in the future. The maps are hard, though. There is no doubt about that. We have big respect to Yippip for signing up for this tournament despite the unique and challenging maps. This is the first tournament hosted by myself and AoE Air, yes. So well played to the OtterOne. From the conversation, it looked like Yippip was not very happy with how this went out. I think he was expecting certain things from these maps and not getting it. But this tournament was made to make maps that are different. It was made to reward people that went into those maps, practiced, tested things out, tried out some different strategies, and figured out what the best approach would be for the map. It was not made for people to copy a meta that exists on Arabia and just do it better than their opponent and expect to win. People got to cut you guys some slack. Then, well, I don't want to be cut too much slack because I don't want people to think that I want people to take us seriously too at the same time. But there is a document that tells you how much wood you start with. Let's see if I can bring it up here. It was shared And you just got to make sure you monitor this stuff, because when you get pinged, I understand that people are pinging a lot throughout the Discord community, especially like, and there is a lot of useless stuff here, but when I ping everybody in the Irish Discord, it's important. And it generally means something. So let me just make sure that I documented on this map. So this is the map pack. This is the cheat sheet here. This is the Spark Notes. Go through this and you'll have a huge advantage. Do not assume that you can come in and say, oh yeah, the map looks fine. Do one generation of it in the scenario editor. And I'm not saying that's what Yippip did, but you do have to look at it carefully because it's different. Ireland has had a different history. And here we go. Wood. All players start with 275 regardless of civilization. So it's written in black and white right there. Otter loves CA. Should have cut down the wood line, Otter. Yeah, exactly. Alfonso says, the maps are great. I'm saying this is an absolute tourney loser. Oh, Otter, you hadn't played for a month. We understand. Otter said, I didn't know the monks could be north in Terra, though. Lost me my first scout. Yeah, of course, there's some variety. Chinese are a great pick for this map, in my opinion. And we've had some Platinum players, I'm not going to say who they are, but some players in the, at least one player in the Platinum division that was like, I really think Chinese are the best civ on this map. Gold is enough, I don't want to deal with the wolves. It could have been relics, or it could have been stone. So, if Otter had chopped north, he would have gotten to the stone. And if Otter had chopped west, he would have gotten to the relics. The elevation is great for cavalry, archer, and siege pushes. I agree. I think it was a mistake for your opponent to let the battle occur here. And he needed the battle to occur over the gold here. He needed to be interested in this gold, but he kept building the town centers. And Plush Werewolf was saying that, or no, Tipe was saying Otter has played enough Tech Chariot custom maps to know to click on these gold mines to know how much gold there is. But Yippip just was starved for gold. He wanted to expand out and take these neutral golds on the edges, and that cost him this game. I don't need relics when I have the middle. Well, yeah, for your civ, perhaps not, but it could have been stone. And Huns love their Tarkans. I suffered Tatars in this map, the elevation. So let's see. I am running out of time. I meant to have some more time after this. I really appreciate the opportunity to cast this set live, Otter. I will not cast your next set live, unfortunately. I just had too many bugs with Capture Age, and I want to follow the template and the formula that I have for casting future sets. But you can bet that I will cast every single one of these sets from the King of Ireland tournament, and I will cast the recordings for your next set. So congratulations. I really, like I said, I don't mean to beat up Yippip too much, and I know he was a little frustrated by the differences with the map. Maybe not getting exactly what he thought, but I really hope that he will consider signing up for the next tournament, because we did put it in black and white, the important parts of what you're getting on these maps, except for the deer being unlurable on Blarney. Thank you. Shout out to Funny Liquid for bringing that up. We should have mentioned that. And we did not bring up that Terra would have two different configurations for those monks either. But for the most part, everything that was important, everything that determined outcomes of games, we put in that document. So the winner ultimately has the responsibility of posting the recordings, but either one can do it. There's no rule for it. We said, I think it technically says we would appreciate not being able to predict the outcome based on who posts, but at the end of the day, how do you make somebody post unless you threaten to not give them prize money, right? So that's pretty much, you got to make the winner responsible for it, because at the end they're the ones that still have a chance of winning the money. So either one can post though. But a really entertaining set, and again, no shame in losing to a worthy opponent. I've lost to the Otter plenty of times on maps just like these ones that were also hideously open. So he's just very, very aggressive and played that to his strengths. He was actually making elephant archers. That's funny. So I'm going to end the stream here, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Unfortunately, I am not going to have the time to play any games after this. I really wanted to play with Alfonso, but maybe there will be somebody else in the server who will be able to play with Alfonso. Sorry about that, Alfonso. Tomorrow, though, definitely tomorrow. Actually, no, Friday, right? You said it was either today or Friday that you'd be available, but this took way longer than I thought. We're coming in here on almost 3 hours now, and most of my other sets have been an hour and a half. So it was good. We enjoyed it. It was entertaining, but now I need to do some other things before I have other stuff going on tonight. So thanks everybody for tuning in, and hopefully I will see you again soon. I do live stream all of the matches. The matches themselves might not be played live, but I do create YouTube videos that have a live chat option. So if you ever want to hang out with me while I'm making those videos, you are more than welcome. I'd love to have you and answer any questions and help you make it a little interactive, help you get to know the map a little bit better. So with that, we bid you farewell. Have a great night, everyone, and I will see you again soon.